good to see you. We're back. YouTube Creator News. It's all happening. We're back in the brand new studio. Yeah, it's a few technical glitches getting ready tonight, but we're rocking it. One of the notable things you'll find missing is the background music. I just couldn't get that over the line in the time frame that I had. So still got a bit to do. We've got the TV doing some stuff in the back. There's still that black bit at the end, but hey, it's all good. It's all good. Now we're going out a little bit weirdly. Oh, I'm getting some errors here on YouTube saying I'm not giving enough video. That could be because I am dual streaming from the Ecamm side. We're doing vertical and horizontal. I upped the vertical to 1080p, so maybe I am tanking that a little bit. So maybe I don't know if I can adjust that on the fly. Let me just have a look real quick, because we need to work these things out. Now, one thing you might notice is that some things are going to pop up. Messages from members are going to auto pop. It's a little test that I'm trying out, because I see, well, what happens when we use that setting. That's a nifty sounding setting. So if you're a member and comment, then your comment is automatically going to pop up in the middle of whatever I'm doing. So whether it's below me on the horizontal or above me on the vertical. And let's make sure that all these things are working too while we're here. And then we're going to get into the news in a minute. Before we do that, we need to shout some people out as people are coming in. I know I can't change the canvas size resolution once I've gone live, but it tells me I've got plenty of up. So YouTube is just giving me a little bit of grief. The vertical, yeah, getting a little bit of error, not enough. Open the widget, blah, blah. Open widget. What's the widget? Error. So let me know if there's any quality issues coming your end. I'm just getting poor stream status on YouTube's end, so I don't know if there's a lot I can do. Can I end only the vertical? If I have to sacrifice the vertical for the horizontal, I will. Okay, let's jump in, see who's here, and then we'll address that. Yeah, I put both out there. Both were scheduled, so I don't know how that handles that. I don't know whether, as we tested last week's purely test stream where we weren't actually doing the news. There was no news. We had a bit of a play. We had 3 streams going, 2 verticals and horizontal, because we did the dual stream on YouTube side. So I don't know whether Ecamm's vertical is going to YouTube as a truly vertical stream and going out to the shorts feed. So I'm about to jump into the shorts live and see if I can see myself real quick with a couple of quicks. I should see myself early on. I may not be in the shorts feed. Maybe it does. Maybe Ecamm doesn't send it out right. I don't know. Because last week I didn't see it in the vertical. We'll see. I'm not seeing anything now. Anyway, let's jump in. As I said, we're going to do some shout-outs. All right, before we went live, Monique was here, of course, as always, saying hello from Chile, Poland. We've got live stream consultants coming in. Good morning. Kevin Hawthorne is on both streams. I can see which stream people are watching. I've designated the horizontal. We'll have the little shorts logo at the bottom instead of the normal YouTube logo. So, like people like Kevin has said hello on both. Davison All Natural Gym, welcome. Wander AUS, welcome. How you going? Frankie YTAV is here. Eileen Smith, of course, on my TV, it defaulted to vertical. Yeah, what's the deal with that? I'm assuming that you should technically see both on my channel. I should probably open up a tab and have a look at that. All the fun and games with new stuff. Mike at Business Grove Ready's here. Says looks good on vertical. Yeah, I upped it because I noticed after I looked at last week's test stream that the recording was 720p, and so I went and checked the settings before the stream today and realized, okay, horizontal is going out at 1080, but the vertical is going out at 720. So I upped it to 1080 as well. I don't know whether that's what's sucking my bandwidth, but I should have plenty of upload bandwidth to handle both. So that's fine. Who else do we need to highlight? Reluctant Creators is here. Looking great on wide. Excellent. Excellent. When you check your stats, YouTube calls it vertical live, not shorts. Interesting. Okay, I've just got something opened up here, and then we're going to do all the things. I need to go to visit my channel. I just want to see what's like showing live on my channel. Okay, I can see both as live on my channel. Now, I did designate them with the thumbnail. Once I told Ecamm, like I created the horizontal stream on YouTube, as I always do, because YouTube, Ecamm picks that up automatically. So then what I do is go over to Ecamm and say, I want to do a dual stream, both vertical and horizontal. So I make that option, and then that does some stuff, and then I now have 2 streams set up on YouTube. So then I go back into YouTube and give it a different thumbnail. So it's the thumbnail with me in the phone frame. It's the vertical. Plus, Ecamm takes the title of the stream and puts a little phone logo right at the end. So that's how you can designate what's the vertical feed. So it says, so when I'm looking at my channel page, this isn't accurate figures unless I look in the back end, I can see 4 people watching on the vertical and 10 people watching on the horizontal in terms of what I'm seeing on my desktop at least. But if I go to the chat, check your stats from last week. Okay, that's an interesting one. I didn't mean this to be a looking at stats troubleshooting, but hey, when you got running new stuff, some things like with the whole move, I didn't like when I did the test stream last week. I didn't test the background music. That's why I don't have background music, because it just wasn't working. Swapped out cables, reset the phone. I don't know what I got to do. Maybe I need to reset the road. But anyway, I don't know. Let's see. Content. Last week's streams. I got to go live. Yeah, the funny thing is, I only see the 2 streams, the Ecamm vertical stream and the horizontal stream. Like the third dual stream that YouTube was doing as a vertical, which was just my cropped sort of horizontal that's cropped in the middle. I don't have any, like it doesn't show up as a stream, as something that I've streamed as a separate stream. So they must be treating it all as one stream maybe. So I don't know. So I could look at analytics for the main stream and then go traffic sources. And what do I see? I'm not seeing anything to do with shorts or vertical live or anything like that. Or is that just going to show me after the stream? The after stream. Because a lot of it's like suggested YouTube search. None of it says live. So this is all stats post. Oh, since published. Is there an option for whilst live? That I don't know. That's something I'm going to have to look into. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Let's go. Just getting everything back into. Let's get into it. All right. Everything should be working as normal in terms of, Social Stream Ninja. Everything's working. Overlays are working. The GIFs are working. So I think we're all good. I tested all those before the stream. But let's look at, first of all, some of the news this week. I forgot to open my little tab here. Let me open that up in the background. Okay. Let's hit the button. Let's get to the first story of the day. First of all, I'm covering some videos that were released recently. And when I say recently, in the past week, plus maybe going back a few weeks or last month. One of them is actually probably nearly a month old. But this one is from this week on the Creator Insider channel. Renee interviewed one of the team about auto dubbing. So it was a bit more of an auto dubbing information sort of stream. Not stream, video. They put out a video. There was a corresponding blog post article as well, which we can have a look at over here on the screen share. And screen share's not working. Yay. That is a matter of me telling it which Google Chrome window to look at. There we go. I've got to fix it. And now, with a vertical, I also got to fix it for the vertical. Really quickly. Probably. Yep, there we go. All working on both. That's something I normally have to check before the stream, but I forgot to check it today because I was trying to troubleshoot the other things. So not only was the video, but there was this blog post here written by, I was going to say it was written by Renee, but it wasn't written by Renee. It was written by one of the product managers at YouTube, unlocking the global audience with auto dubbing. But main points are also covered in the video, which we're going to go through some of the main points right now. So these main points are taken from the video rather than the blog post, but they cross-pollinate. They're the same thing, essentially. Universal translation. Google now translates videos automatically across currently 27 different languages and is available for all channels to enable today. So everybody is technically has auto dubbing available. When they say everybody, I haven't verified if that means everybody or whether maybe you do need advanced features, because that seems to be a thing these days on YouTube. So that's interesting. Expressive speech. Now, this is something that came out recently. I think we might have even mentioned this late last year. Developed with Google DeepMind, this feature carries over your original pitch, intonation, and energy into 8 of the supported languages to make the dub sound authentic. Okay, no, I didn't cover that. That's new. That's new information for me. So that's interesting. So they're going to help with some of the internet to try and pick up on your intonation and expressions in at least 8 of those 27 languages. Performance benchmarks. On average, auto dub content allegedly sees an average view duration of 75% compared to the original video. So say your main English version video gets 52%, then auto dubbing will at least see an AVD of 75% of that 52%. So it'll get up there, not quite as high because some people they don't prefer it, so they'll click away. But a lot of people find it useful and helpful, and so they're sticking around and trying to get the information they need from your video or entertainment, whatever it may be. Analytics tracking. Creators are encouraged to look at total metrics rather than averages, using the audio track filter on YouTube Studio to see performance by specific language. Creator best practices to get better results. Speak clearly, which I need to learn, of course. Set the video language correctly in the settings and avoid overlapping speech from multiple speakers. So yeah, make sure you definitely tell YouTube, hey, I'm uploading this in English, so they don't think that it's something else. But you should already have that set up in your defaults in most cases. Yeah, people talking over each other is an important thing. So if you're doing interviews and stuff, try and keep the separation there so it can tell who the speaker is at any point of time and deal with that when it's creating that auto dub. Metadata is key. While YouTube can auto-translate titles and descriptions, it is highly recommended to provide your own or have a native speaker review them for better discovery. So the more extra information you can provide, including translations of your titles and descriptions, even really good English subtitles that are uploaded with videos, so it's got the text to use for the conversion as well as what it thinks that you're saying. That's always good. Future vision. Beyond audio, YouTube is piloting lip sync to reanimated subjects' lips and is working on translating burnt-in on-screen text. So yeah, so a bit of a video there. So if you want to know more, there is that video that's on the Creator Insider channel if you want to go and learn more about it, or you could go read the blog post. Now, I need to check something because I'm not seeing any movement in the chat, or maybe people are just listening engrossed. Okay, let me check my my analytics here. We've got 12 concurrent viewers on the horizontal. I'm just going to make sure. 9 concurrent viewers on the vertical. There we go. I'm not seeing any updates. So if someone could just chat something in the chat for me, that'd be great. Because I've not seen any movement in chat for like 5 minutes. So let me know. Still here, just listening. Excellent. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to go on to the next video. Now, the auto dubbing was probably the main thing they talked about this week, but there's a few other tidbits in the news, but we've got a couple more videos to cover in this. So we're going to go to the next one. There was a video that came out in the last month or so. Chat. Blair Lara, welcome to the stream. Saying hi there in the chat. Let me put that up real quick. That's right down there in the bottom corner or the top, depending on which version you're watching. It looks like you're on the horizontal. That's cool. Okay, comments and management. This is a video that came out in the last month on the YouTube creators channel. So this is basically, they did a horizontal and a vertical short based on comments and comment management. And so I thought I'd pull out a couple of like interesting points to know if you ever need to deal with comments management. The YouTube mobile moderation. Now you can moderate comments, you can moderate live stream and everything on a mobile phone quite well, in the most part. Apart from that one big thing, elephant in the room, which is tagging people on live streams. Still can't do that properly unless you manually type the name. Mobile moderation. The YouTube Studio app now allows you to heart, reply to, pin, and remove comments directly from the community tab. So you've got more control and functionality over your comment section now, which is interesting. Default filters. You can now set and save a default view for your comments. I should be able to read this off the screen so I can look straight ahead. Sorting by newest or filtering by unresponded comments that syncs between desktop and mobile. So you can set how you prefer the comments to look when you first go in. You can save those defaults to be customized the way you like them. There is advanced filtering using response status filter to find specific combinations such as unresponded comments or new replies to your own previous responses. These are pretty handy. I use these a lot. They even mention moderation tiers. YouTube defines 2 types of moderators, standard moderators and managing moderators. The managing moderators have all the permissions that the standard moderators do, removing comments, hiding users, timing people out on live streams, for example. Also, managing moderators can manage the block words list for the creator and other moderators. Nice. Strict moderation. Under content controls, creators can toggle between basic and strict filters. I recommend strict. Strict is good. They will hold potentially inappropriate comments for review. Safety actions. Individual actions include removing comments, hiding users from channel permanently, or flagging comments to YouTube for community guideline reviews. So if you ever see a comment in your comment section, and there's an option called report. If you do report, that actually says, I think this comment's potentially breaking one of YouTube's rules. So I'm flagging this to YouTube to be aware of and, take a closer look at how that person is commenting generally across the platform and make sure they're behaving. You know what I mean? Let's see what we had here. Michael says, I'm on 4 devices, 2 big screens and 2 phones looking at you, different cropping, different devices. Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be different depending if you're looking at, have some devices on one stream, some devices using the vertical stream. Dang, David's All Natural Gym says, really had me interested in the auto dub, so no chat, just kick back and listening. Thank you for very good stuff. Excellent. That's good. That's good. I was getting, because I had those stream health issues right at the beginning. I'm like, are people still there? Okay. Live Stream Consultant says, according to the almighty Google, the top 5 dubbed languages to dub into is Spanish, Hindi, Portuguese, German, French. Yeah, definitely. I definitely find Hindi is a popular one. Spanish makes sense too. Yeah, those do not surprise me. Frankie was eating, so that's okay. That's okay. You know, it's all about the multitasking, but, you know, sometimes you got to focus on the important thing. All right. We're going to move on. But I thought that's an interesting video. So if you just want like an overview of like comment management, they put that out on the YouTube creators channel probably 3 weeks ago or something. But I thought they only sort of got on my radar recently, so I thought I'd include it today. The other thing they released this week on the YouTube creators channel is the monthly roundup, the monthly creator update. Some of these sort of bleed back into December, but we're just going to rattle off a few of the updates just as little reminders, because we've talked about all this stuff before. Dual stream layouts is the first one. We've talked about it a lot. We played with it last week on the test stream. Not going to go too much more into that. We're expecting some updates and upgrades to that later in the year. VO AI integration. The VO model is now fully available in Shorts and the YouTube Create app, allowing for 8-second generative video clips based on text or reference photos. And I've had a bit of a play with that about a month back when that came out, and when I was making that YouTube Create app video over on my mobile channel. Nano banana editing. In the US, Canada, New Zealand, and India, those creators based in those countries can now use Nano Banana model to edit image posts using English text prompts. So if you're doing like an image post, uploading video, you can optionally create an image on the spot using Nano Banana. Say, I don't have an image here, but I would really like to do an image. So you could put in a prompt and generate an image that you can include, which is pretty handy. You could maybe even upload several videos, but you want to do like a cover image. So you can upload those other images, because you can have up to 10 images in a carousel on an image post. And then you can make that very first image maybe like a special title or something that you can create in Nano Banana on the spot. Do it right there in the YouTube app. YouTube Create is now on iOS, hence my video last month on my other channel, doing a bit of a walkthrough. The mobile editing app is expanding globally and now features Make Me Move motion presets. Now, I haven't tried these out yet to see if they're available here in Australia, but I've heard about these. I have not played with them. To animate static photos. So you can do a static photo of yourself, maybe, and then upload that to YouTube Create. I think you can do it in some places in the Shorts app as well, in the Shorts tool in the YouTube app. And then you can use the Make Me Move option to like make yourself dance in that location, or sometimes you can do like a martial arts move or something. There's a couple of different presets that you can apply in terms of making you move within that image, and it will take you and it will animate you in that image. Channel guidelines in communities. Guidelines are expanding to communities. So if you've got communities set up on your channel so people can like post and stuff, then you can have those same community rules that you have in your live chat or your comment section also pop up in your communities where people can post. Inspiration tab updates or upgrades. The tab now surfaces ideas based on specific channel data, comments, questions, recent videos, and allows you to customize the visual style of the generated ideas. So that's a little bit of a roundup. So you can catch up on more of the general YouTube roundups on their horizontal version of that video. They also have a Shorts version where they concentrate on the mobile features. So if you want to check those out, that's also on the YouTube Creators channel. It seems a bit funny not having that background music today, but we're gonna plow on. We're gonna talk about. Let's talk about some legal things. Let's talk about legal things for a second. Now, this week there was a legal ruling about ripping clips, taking other people's YouTube videos, ripping them off YouTube against YouTube's terms of service technically, to use in a reaction video. That stems from this article here. I'll just jump to screen share for a second. This is on Torrent Freak. It's probably reported elsewhere, but this is a report I got. So California Federal Court has issued a ruling that could have serious implications for YouTube reaction videos that are created with stream ripping tools. So in other words, if you're using like a third-party tool on YouTube, which is already against YouTube's terms of service, if you're using that to maybe download a video from YouTube so that you can then react to it, they're saying that that action in itself is actually could be illegal. We're going to look at the main points. I've got the main points summarized in the article here, so we're going to jump back. So it's a DMCA circumvention ruling. The DMCA is a Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So this is sort of sits in with copyright and everything in that regard. But there's some implications here for fair use, which we're going to talk about. This is basically what I already. The case is Cordova versus Hunault. That bypassing YouTube's rolling cipher protection using stream ripping tools can constitute unlawful circumvention under the DMCA. Now, if I was to teach somebody how to do this on YouTube, I would get that video taken down because of the circumvention rule. I'm teaching people to circumvent YouTube's digital protections. And so this is why I don't talk about any of this sort of stuff or show people how to do this stuff. I don't encourage people to do this stuff, even though we know people will use a tool because they need to download something off YouTube that maybe isn't their content. Because you can go into your studio, download your own content if you don't have a copy anywhere else. You're allowed to do that. There's an option in YouTube that allows you to do that, and that's totally fine. But when it comes to ripping other content that's not yours from YouTube, then YouTube is saying, no, we've got these protections in place, but there's a lot of online tools that circumvent these things, and we don't want to encourage or condone these because then we can get in trouble for encouraging circumvention. And certainly they're saying now from this legal case that action is actually an illegal action. So it is legally illegal. Fair use versus circumvention, because you say, well, what about fair use? I'm allowed to use like bits of videos if I'm, transforming it in some way, et cetera, et cetera. The court suggested that DMCA circumvention liability is a separate violation from copyright infringement. So they're saying that these are two different things. Ripping a video is different from copyright, because copyright is like reproducing that video and putting it back up elsewhere, republishing the video. That's where the copyright infringement comes in. So fair use applies to that side. You're reusing the video, and if you use parts in a transformative way, maybe you fall under fair use. But in this case, they're saying that because you're circumventing the simple act of ripping that content from YouTube or another site constitutes an illegal activity that's separate from copyright infringement. And so therefore, fair use defense for the final video may not protect the creator from the act of bypassing technical protections to acquire the footage. So you might be protected from using the footage, but you're not protected from acquiring the footage in the first place. So a very, very interesting legal situation here. Access control. The ruling clarified that even if a video is publicly viewable on YouTube, the rolling cipher still acts as an effective access control for the downloadable file itself. So what's the risk for reaction channels? Reaction and commentary channels that rely on third-party ripper or downloader tools to get clips from other creators may now face increased legal liability. Whether or not you get prosecuted is a different thing, but there's a greater liability now on you if you're using that type of content, because you're basically telling people you're probably using some of these tools because you're reusing this content. Of course, the exception would be that if you're doing a live stream and you've got you got YouTube open, you got the video, and you're just showing them this like 3-second quote from somebody, but you're not downloading it. So then you're a little bit safer because you're using that footage in a fair use manner, and then you've got, but you're not actually downloading that content to like re-edit or whatever. You're just showing it like raw, straight off YouTube. You're not taking the content away from YouTube. They're technically still getting the view because you're playing it, although other people are seeing it through your stream. But if you're only showing a little short clip for context and so that you can talk about it and provide transformation, then that's generally fair use. Okay, they say screen recording as an alternative. The defense in this case noted that Many creators use screen recording to copy content. So in other words, they will have YouTube open, which sort of goes into what I was just saying. But they have YouTube open. They have the screen recorder sort of cropped on the YouTube screen, and then they've got their audio pipe through. You know, it's very easy to do here on like a Mac, for example. It's just the audio to rip videos straight from YouTube as it's playing in the player real time. So it says many creators use screen recording to copy content, which may be a distinct method from using automated ripping tools, because the automated ripping tools are breaking some things to get access to the files on YouTube servers. But what screen recording does is you're accessing the content legally through YouTube's website, but then you're just recording it at your end. So that could be the workaround for the legal liability. But don't, as with any legal advice, this is not actual legal advice. And all things. And a g'day to Taxes on Tea. God save the king. And live long and prosper. Before we go back to the main thing, let's jump back here for a second. Let's just reset for a second. We've got a couple more things to talk about. Let me jump in over here just to see how everything's tracking for the stream. We seem to be tracking there. Hello vertical. Hello horizontal. Looks like it's still going out. Stream health is excellent there. Stream health is excellent there. The stream health has improved, and I've got a highlight. And yeah, exactly. Let's put that there as the official thing. Any legal information is for entertainment purposes only. Yes, I'm here to entertain you. Absolutely. I thought that was an interesting one. It's very nuanced in sense of I'm using a tool to legally rip this video from YouTube as opposed to I'm just screen recording it straight off the YouTube website. There's a distinct legal liability difference possibly. So, yeah. And thank you, Eileen, for the reminder. The mystery has been found. I'm not sure if that was played before. Mystery. Oh, mystery. Home Repair, Larry's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My guess is most creators won't even reach the legal stuff YouTube made to monetize their channel if they are relaying too much clips on without transforming them. That's true, because there's always that liability of, hey, you're going to get either I'm reusing so much content and I'm just going to get demonetized, removed from YouTube Partner Program for reused content. That's a distinct possibility. I'm doing something else egregiously in the manner that I'm breaking some sort of community guidelines. I might get terminated. So that sort of deals with that on the YouTube side. Or if YouTube detect that you're somehow using these tools to rip, which is a little bit more difficult because you're going through a third party, you never know. I don't know what technologies YouTube has to detect that stuff, but yeah, there is a legal liability. If they can pin it on you, if they can track it down, then there is a legal liability that you could even end up in court. But I don't know if all that would get that far. Wow. All right. Let's talk about a couple of things that is YouTube specific in the news this week that isn't directly creator related, but YouTube's rising dominance in AI training. And this comes from an article. Let me see if I've got the right one. The headline from Adweek in particular is the one I've sort of got a little copy of on my screen here, which says, let's go to that real quick, then we'll come back. YouTube overtakes Reddit as the go-to citation source on AI search. So more citations for people, for ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or different places. YouTube videos are overtaking Reddit for citation sources on those platforms. So that's interesting. So let's go back to the notes on that one. YouTube has overtaken Reddit as the most frequently cited social platform in responses generated by AI. Recent data indicates that YouTube appeared as a cited source in 16% of large language model answers over the past 6 months, where Reddit share dropped to 10%. Reddit, I have seen like Reddit popping up quite a lot. While LLMs previously struggled to pull information from video, the use of transcripts and associated explainers has made YouTube a primary source of machines that can now easily read and reference. SMA Sky is here. Welcome, welcome. Now, one thing, if people notice that things popping up automatically, members' comments pop up automatically. Now, I thought that was just going to apply to like member milestone messages, but any comment by a member is popping up automatically. It's a setting that I turned on during the week when I was testing. I wanted to see what it was like. So I want to say g'day real quick while we're highlighting things. SMA Sky is in the house. Speaking of Lilo Imposter, any Trek fans see the new part? Yes, I subscribe to the podcast. I watched their first Q&A and that's it. I haven't watched any of their interviews yet. So yeah, the reading questions to each other was a bit stiff and all over the shop. So that was like a 15-20 minute video. But I'm hoping the interviews are a little better. But it should be interesting because Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner are very interesting characters. Everyone's saying hi. I only said, I'm on my phone, but we're back on desktop ASAP. We've got options for that. It's called Dropping Names of Brent and Johnny. It's pretty cool. That's right. Larry says, remember the chat auto highlight now. I have to be careful what I type. Yeah, it's just going to pop up. So if I don't read it and it just pops up and continues, that means that I'm in the middle of reading something else and it's taken over. So the last part of this one here for the AI referencing and citations, Reddit was previously the dominant source for user-generated information. And I have seen that. I have seen like a lot of sources being Reddit, and now I'm seeing YouTube popping up more and more. To substitute to a Trekkie podcast is very logical. Indeed. All right. We got one more, and this one's even more of a YouTube flex. This is another YouTube flex. Okay, this is from some information that came out this week. Sort of like it's it's earnings calls and all that sort of stuff. YouTube's annual revenue tops 60 billion as Google's focus expands beyond ads. So it says total revenue from advertising and subscriptions, which is people going premium and any of the TV subscription stuff that they have, exceeded $60 billion last year. Parent company Alphabet reported 325 million paid subscriptions across services like YouTube Premium, YouTube Music, and Google One. YouTube remains the #1 streaming platform in the US. And we know that's a big part to them, YouTube TV and everything else, and all that. So they're restreaming a lot of other third-party content. So they're bigger than Netflix. They're bigger than Paramount Plus. They're bigger than Disney Plus. They're bigger than Peacock. They're bigger than anybody else streaming. Shorts are currently averaging 200 billion daily views. That's a lot of views. But we know that YouTube is a massive platform in terms of content. Expansion into major events. So we had the recent announcement that the Oscars will move to YouTube of all places in 2029, following a decades-long run on ABC Disney. So if that's saying something for YouTube to get the rights to the Oscars I think that's pretty mind-blowing. YouTube TV is now a top 3 pay TV provider in the US and is introducing specialized skinny, sports, and genre-specific bundles. Okay, this is interesting. Now, we don't get a lot of, outside the US, we don't get a lot of that sort of pay TV type stuff or subscribing to regular TV and stuff like that. We don't get any of that through YouTube. So we just get like regular vanilla YouTube in most countries. But in the US, this is big business for them. Creator success beyond platform. So they use this recent example which is Markiplier's independent film. This is really recent. Iron Lung recently opened to $18 million at the domestic box office. That's just in the US. So here is Markiplier, a YouTube creator, makes his own independent movie, puts it out in the cinemas, and opening weekend earns $18 million just in the domestic box office. And that's pretty good for an independent film. Executives noticed that creators are increasingly using integrated AI tools, which is also transforming how advertising works on the platform. Now, they don't go into detail on that, but that's going to lead into some of the features that are coming out this year, including the swappable ads, where we were able to switch out ad reads and stuff on videos, switch them out and be able to sell them in blocks in time and different things across multiple videos. Across our whole library, different things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out once we get into further into 2025 and that starts, all those features start to roll out. Hooly Dooly, our brand deal is going to be important, or sponsor videos, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be maybe possibly even more flexible as to what you offer. I think creators will be able to potentially earn more because they're going to have more visible spots to sell to brands on their content. So that's real interesting. Let's jump back to the main screen there. All right, let's jump back in the chat. The combined chat. Philip457 is here. Welcome. Well, let me click on that. I bet they disable comments on Oscar's live stream. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We've got about 3 years away, but we'll see. Certainly something's going to go on there. Okay, there was a question dropped by live stream consultants. Will YouTube's auto-dubbing feature apply to live stream playbacks? Right now, I don't think it does. Number 2, will YouTube auto-dubbing eventually apply to the actual live stream while it's live? So right now, neither is happening. I could see it happening to playbacks in the future. I think they're just prioritizing uploaded videos because that puts a lot of strain on servers doing all that auto dubbing, applying that. I can have a quick look now. Let me just close some stuff here. And I need to open up my YouTube backend real quick. I will go back and look at, say, the stream from 2 weeks ago and see if they have applied any auto dubbing to that, because I have it turned on automatically. So if it's going to happen, it's just going to happen automatically. But the one thing I don't do is I don't upload, like, this is what I do. I upload subtitles with my videos, my pre-recorded videos, but I don't go back and do subtitles on my live streams because they're a lot longer. I could run them through, but that would cost me money because I'd use something like Descript or someplace where I can run the audio through and it can give me a reasonable translation that I can like tidy up and upload as, timed subtitles. I need to be in YouTube Studio to check this, but I'm just going to check real quick on a live stream from the last one we did, the one with Neil Mohan 2 weeks ago on the thing. If I look at languages, this is going to tell me if auto dubbing has happened to my replay. No auto dubbing has happened to my replay. I don't know whether if I upload, this is a test I probably need to do. I don't know if anybody's tried this. Upload subtitles. Will that trigger auto dubbing? Because there was a question about auto dubbing getting triggered hype. Larry's hyping it up there. Triggering auto dubbing by uploading like fresh titles or fresh transcription, which is essentially the same thing. So if I go upload manual with timing, I could. I'll make a note to, if I have time at some point, to experiment with that. So we'll see how we go with that. But currently, streams and replays do not get auto dubbed automatically. Philip Murphy's here. Welcome. Why would anyone watch the Watchers rather watch Paint Dry? So there's people out there that like that stuff. Like, I don't watch it. Like, the time difference for us here in Australia, it's usually on a Sunday night over there. So it's like during our Monday or Tuesday or whatever day it's on.
It's on like late morning for us, and so I'm at work anyway, so I never watch any of that sort of stuff. Whether it's the Oscars or the Grammys or the Emmys, whatever other ones are out there. American Music Awards. I don't know. I'm trying to think what other award shows get broadcast. So yeah, some people are into it. I hope Markiplier's marketing manager got a bonus. Yeah, definitely. He did well. Did well. TV should really show the landscape version anyway. Yes, it should. It just I think in terms of the way that Ecamm is currently sending the vertical stream, it somewhat treats it like a horizontal stream still. It's just a vertical format. YouTube adapts enough to be able to show that properly on, that's a good question. It does it properly on channel mobile, I believe. Let me have a look. Go live. Because remember when I started the show, I looked and I could see both streams in my live queue saying they're live. So if I click on the vertical, YouTube will dynamically change and show it in a vertical format automatically. Hang on, I'm doing weird stuff. Now, if I go horizontal on my phone, it actually like pillar boxes it like it's a normal stream. But then when I flip it, it will zoom in and show me the vertical. So I'm seeing the vertical right now on my phone. But I don't know if it's taking that Ecamm version vertical and pushing it to the Shorts feed. So if anybody came in and saw this on the Shorts feed, comment and say Shorts feed in the chat at any point. Even if you're watching the replay, then you're not getting on the Shorts feed. But if you got the vertical from the Shorts feed, like you found me via that, not via my channel or via, throwing it up in suggested or browse features on the homepage, let me know if you saw it directly in the Shorts feed where you swipe, and saw it in that live vertical live section. I need to get out of here before I continue. There we go. All right, I'm out of there. Let's go back to the chat. Chatty Cathy is here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Paid for a reply coming through as what that join button would say. I'm not sure what that. I'm not sure the context on that one. Why don't you show the live chat replay in your live streams? I have it turned on in the settings, so it should. Sometimes you have to go find it though. YouTube doesn't always make it clear as to where it is. When you're in the replay, if you go down to the little bar that's like the comments, you can actually swipe it, and it will convert to the live feed, the live chat replay, and then you can tap on that, and it will open it up like it looks when it's live. So I think that could be it's like a little bit more hidden now, because I do on purpose try to have that on because I know it's handy. Sweep of leaf blowing, sweeping. YT has an award show for YouTube content. I don't really like it. It's not done by YouTube. That's the streamies, I think. Yeah, it's sort of like across the board. It's like Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers and stuff. So it's mostly streaming content. Although I do believe they probably have like VOD content as well. I really don't get into it. It's really very Hollywood, very sort of, high level stuff. I'm not into it. Like if someone came from like a little small channel and won an award because they made like a cracker video, a viral video, whatever, and it did well, and won a streamy, then that'd be pretty cool. Chatty Cathy says, I definitely have to watch a replay. I got up late. That happens when I start so early. I think people are talking about the Winter Olympics as well. Faster sports, slower sports. Yeah. The Winter Olympics are on. I think the mystery gift of the week is a Winter Olympic. I thought, we'll go with the theme, Winter Olympics, and I clicked on it and I went to get the link for it, and I realized it was also an Australian Olympian that was in it. It's like one of the Australian Olympians apparently. I don't know if that's a recent GIF or not, but hey, it was there when I searched for Winter Olympics. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, if you've got a question, which I haven't said much, I didn't mention this at the start. We came a little bit technically challenged today. But yeah, if you've got any questions, now's the time to drop your questions in the chat. If you've got a question, put a Q in front of it, so I know it's for me. It's a question for me, and we can talk about it before we head on over to other places today. And let's talk about the other places we could head on over to. While I'm clicking on things here as well. Oh, I can just press the button, can't I? Yeah, this one. So coming up, let's move that BMAC logo, QR. I don't have little jingles attached to these scenes yet. I need to fix that. Coming up today, 9 a.m. Eastern, Niman Live is scheduled and should be going live. I certainly expect Chantel will be possibly live on Sunday. Don't hold me to that. I didn't check in with Chantel this week. She's not here to check with. If not, if you don't see it scheduled, then it's not on. And of course, I'll be here next week for YouTube Creator News, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, as I do every week. Now, the thing that I was trying to do is make sure that you guys end up, no matter what stream you're on today, whether it's the vertical or the horizontal, make sure you guys end up redirected to Nick's stream. He likes to schedule after I go live, so it gives me like mid-stream work to do. Clicking buttons, doing all the things. And I'm going to do it for 2 streams. All right, let's jump on another question. Josh from Tube Filter runs the streamies. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're called streamies. And I was like, yeah. Stanley's here. Welcome, Stanley. England's Commonwealth and your monarchy have invaded more countries throughout history than any other. I don't know what that's got to do with the price of eggs. Thank you, Stanley. That's an interesting one. Which stream are you in? You're on the vertical stream. Hey, Stanley, just let me know. Are you watching this in the Shorts vertical feed by any chance? Let me know. Let me know. Larry says, do you have an opinion on what LTT says that YouTube's homepage is being taken over by Shorts and other stuff rather than surfacing more long-form videos? Yeah, I did see that, and I also saw no, that's okay because I'm looking for a response anyway on my question. In terms of the home screen, there was who did a video on that? Somebody put a video out on that. I'm trying to remember who it was because I want to get the information right. But I watched that video. It was Marcus. It was Marcus. I forgot Marcus's name. Like I've chatted to him at Vid Summit. Marcus, he's Australian. He lives like south of Sydney. But yeah, Marcus did a video where he sort of outlined like that issue specifically in a video. They're very much the same thing as like there's a less sort of horizontal long form content on the homepage, and at least initially when you scroll, because they made the thumbnails bigger, so there's less in the line, there's less lines, then there's short shells, and there's more videos and there's short shells. Occasionally some of those long form video spots are taken up by paid ads, different things like that. So there is less thumbnails being shown to people in a certain extent. If people aren't scrolling far, people can still scroll and see content. So it just depends if people tend to jump on. So that in-ear started like really tickling the inside of my ear. So and I don't really even need it, in fairness, because Marcus Jones. Thank you, live stream consultants. So yeah, what happens is some people may not scroll that far, or maybe they get sidetracked by the shorts and end up going to shorts, going down a rabbit hole. I really don't know. I think it's definitely a factor to why maybe less long form content's getting clicked on and views. But people can still scroll, and people still get suggested stuff in the sidebar. There's still the other avenues. People still searching for stuff. that all still works as well. But certainly it would affect results in some fashion. It would just depend on the user, the viewer, and how they interact with like the homepage. Like, do they scroll? Like, I tend to scroll a lot. Like, I'm looking for something, nothing tickling my fancy, so I'm going to keep scrolling. So, I think it is a factor. I don't think it's like the primary factor. I think it is something obvious that you can actually figure out what's going on. So Stanley didn't get back to me about watching on the thing. So thanks, Stanley. And Stanley's no longer there. I should really make sure I'm reading the comments before I bring him up on the screen. Like, what? I'm not here to have a philosophical discussion about the monarchy of Great Britain, England, the Commonwealth, and Australia. You could say the same thing about the US as well. They can be quite a large bully on the world stage. But anyway, like historically, I'm talking about. Where are we? The only thing about this audio show, and you know what? I should be back on this screen. The only thing about the audio show is because it highlights differently the comments that they've already gone up on screen, and so it highlights all those as well. And I'm like, oh, what about the ones that aren't members that I haven't highlighted yet? So I'm just going to scroll back. I think I'm about here somewhere. They made a change to YouTube app on Google TV, and navigation is pretty confusion now. Yeah, I was using Apple TV in the last week to find some content. Normally it would show up like right at the top because it was like a live stream, and I'd have to go looking for it. And I knew it was live because I already saw it live on another device, and I just wanted to pull it up on this TV here behind me as I was working. And I had to go looking for it, like scroll down and looking for it. It was like very unintuitive as to why it was not showing me the content that I'm obviously subscribed to and watch every time they do a live stream. Why isn't it showing up in like front and center in the top place, or in the top row at least? So yeah. SMS guy says I'll be chatting, fighting ChatGPT to help me fix a script for GIMP image making for my thumbnails and 4 different sun images. So I'll be in and out of chat. No worries. Landscape is less likely to go to another stream. Yeah, that's right. People are like, if you're in the vertical feed, then like they'll stop for a few seconds, they might comment, and then they could just keep going. They could just keep scrolling. People tend to stick around more in like this horizontal feed, and you wouldn't see me do that properly in on the vertical feed. Let's see. The homepage, I think, is being tested in conjunction with TV. The idea is that TV viewers are watching continuous or bingeable content, so making the homepage more device-oriented for viewers. Yes, that's true as well. And I know they're trying to go for more of a Netflix thing, so you've got like rows of content to group by themes and different things. I've noticed that. All right. Yeah. A good old Stanley was probably a drive-by. And, yep, we talked about that. When you're watching a video, you have to tap up to pause instead of enter. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't tried that. I'll check that out next time. See if the Apple TV is working in a similar fashion to the Google TV one, which is quite possible. They try and keep their apps across different platforms fairly uniform where possible. So it is something that can happen. Yeah, looks like I've got a little bit more setting up to do in terms of how these streams, like when I go to some of my streams, I used to have like a little musical interlude that played. I got to fix my background music issue that's not happening. It could just be a reset of my Rodecaster, I think. So all those sorts of things going on. Yeah, so any more questions? I think, you know what I don't have set up yet, but I do have the music for it. Yeah, I think my Rodecaster's not doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah, my Rodecaster, whilst it's working for the mic, my pads are dead. The screen isn't lighting up. So I can't play any of my stuff. Yeah, the pads are dead. That could be why my background music, it was like not set properly. So at least my mic's working. So thankful for that. So I can't even play my little I was going to play the last call. Actually, do I have it over here? No, because I got new scenes. I don't have it over here. I've only got some like presets. I only got like presets like that in the in Ecamm. Yes, Nick's 30-minute notification just went out. So yeah, if you've got any last questions or concerns for me, drop it in the chat, put a Q in front of it, and we can talk about it. Otherwise, we're going to wrap things up, send everybody over to the pre-show stream for Nick and Dee getting ready to do their thing live here at 9 a.m. Eastern, which is always good. I need to like pack down, reset, get to my mod station upstairs, make a coffee, all the above. Yes, the last call, y'all. I don't have the graphic, and my audio pads are dead. I'm so disappointed. I thought, oh yeah, I can still play the music, but no, my audio pads are dead. Reset of the Rodecaster is probably going to fix both the pads and the background music issue. I just can't do it while I'm on stream, and it's the end of the stream anyway, so not going to be too concerned. So we get all that back. I've got a few tweaks to do with my new Ecamm setup to get a couple of the extra handling things up here on the screen. The little things that do the things. Yeah, gifts are playing. I thought I had. No, I don't. I was going to say, I thought I had music associated with the gifts, but no, not those. There are some things that pop up automatically that might have like little the ding dong or the Back to the Future tinkle that might come up. Anyway, let's see what we got here. My Trigger Son says, I will say switching to Starlink for internet connection has been a dramatic improvement. No more buffering watching Doug live, and at least I can get a solid 720 live stream out of it. Yeah, that's definitely a positive. I know a couple of aviation live streamers that have put Starlink in their repertoire for their data connection, and you know it's doing a reasonable job, or getting them out of a pinch when maybe the terrestrial sort of cellular services fall over, and they've got Starlink to fall back on. Some of them are using Starlink as their primary and have the others as a fallback. So yeah, interesting. It's interesting indeed. Oh, Creative Classroom seeing the shield, not the wrench, and we can even see it there on screen. Social Stream Ninja picked that up as well. Whereas, that's interesting. Eileen had a one on hers. I don't know if she sees that in her chat, but at least on her comments are coming through. Social Stream Ninja is coming up as which is odd because this channel wasn't showing. Oh, they are. Hang on. Oh, I just noticed. All right. Screenshot time. Here we go. If you look at the live comment section over on the right hand side, you can see, because this is like logged in as me for my channel. This is my main channel. So this is my streaming dashboard. I'm showing the shields. The shields are on both my streams, and it's a viewer based, like mods and viewers will either see one or the other. So I'm interested to see everybody really quick in the chat. Oh, let's do this as a poll. Oh no, that means I have to do 2 polls. Now, just in the chat, say one word. If you're seeing a mod, tell me if you're seeing a wrench, put wrench. If you're seeing a shield, put shield. So it's either mention wrench or shield, whatever you've got or whatever you see in your live chat. Mention it in the chat right now, which one you see. All right, I see Chatty Cathy says wrench. SMA Sky says wrench. Larry says shield. Dave says all natural Jim Dang says shield. Ollie Smith says shield. Monique sings shield. Chris, live stream consultant, sings shield. Yes, it's on both streams of shield. So more people are seeing shields now. Like this channel last week was seeing wrenches still. And I had one channel out of all the channels I have, I only had one channel that had a shield. Ollie Smith says shield. I should look over here where the chat's combined. Renee, at least give us a toggle. Hang on, let me highlight this. Give us a toggle to see the wrench or shield. It can default to shield. My best idea, and I got Chantel to agree with me because she's very opinionated about the shield and the wrench. I said, emerging mods should have shield. Regular mods should have wrenches as a differentiation for the crowd. But it looks like they're rolling. Yeah, it looks like they're rolling shields out to more and more people just to see that across the board for regular mods. So yes, yeah. So we're seeing more shields in the wild. Shield, but I'm convinced I saw the wrench earlier on. Yeah, it just depends on the channel you're viewing from because they're doing like testing it on different channels. Wrench. Yeah, no, I don't think it's Android because I've tested it on different devices. And I've looked at different channels in my repertoire, and I only had one channel, and it was consistently showing me the shield, and all the rest were showing me the wrench. So I'm gonna do a different test on that. So no news, no documentation, no announcements on that yet. There's a whole other thing. Let me go back to the main screen. Let's get off the screen share for a second. There's another big thing that's rolling out. I'll mention it here now, but I might make a video on it. I haven't had any official announcement or found any documentation on YouTube. But when you now upload a video, you've probably seen this in the section when you're doing the upload flow and you get through to where you put your end screens in and upload your subtitles and do all that. Right down the bottom, you have an option of putting quizzes on your video. You can time them to pop up loosely. I say loosely pop up because YouTube really doesn't do a good job at popping them up. But you can have them timed, like using the info card to maybe show. And you have to go, unfortunately, the viewers have to go looking for it. It's not real good. But you can now add multiple quizzes to a single video, and they will show up somewhere depending on the device. More to find out. Haven't got all the information fully formed yet to even talk about it too much, but I thought I'd mention it here because I did tease it a little bit on X at the beginning of the week because I found it when I uploaded my last video, the one I put out on Monday. That's when I came across it. And I've seen a few people talk about it on Reddit. So if we get any news on that in the next week, we'll talk about it in more detail next week on the show. I'm noticing a little chattering while you're screen sharing. None of the outputs were smooth, almost like your stream was at 15. Yeah. When I was on that screen share, the camera seemed to be very jagged there as I was speaking. On some of the views I was looking at here on my end as well. So yeah. So, well, I think we could wrap things up. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Not real busy, and I didn't mention at the start either that there was no Creator Insider this week at YouTube. There was no Creator Insider announcement video, just a video about auto dubbing with Renee interviewing one of the product managers. So I hope there's 2 weeks in a row we haven't had a this week at YouTube, Tuesday News Day, a video. So hopefully that's back this coming week. Maybe YouTube have got some news to actually put out to creators, new announcements, new features, some updates to the platform. Who knows? So stay tuned. I'll bring it to you here on the show. I want to thank everyone for watching me today, and make sure you stick around because you're going to end up in Nick and Dee's live stream pre-show chat. If you want to hang around, you can sort of hang in that chat, go make a coffee, make a tea, grab an orange juice, whatever tickles your fancy, and settle in. They're going to be going live in about 19 minutes from now. So I want to thank everyone for watching me today, and I will catch you later.